Hey, what's up, besties? So I wanted to do a little bit of a girl talk, and I wanted to like talk about how I met my boyfriend and just some things I've been working through and like coming to terms with now that I'm an adult. I have my makeup bag here, Glossier. I would love if Glossier sponsored me, my dream sponsor. And then I have my hairbrush, which is a Tangle Teaser. I have a mirror, and I have my makeup. A few products here. It's like all over the floor. But I'm going to show you guys how I do my makeup for my videos. And then I want to show you guys these nails that I did this week. If you know me, you know I do my own nails. They're not good. I'm not a nail tech or anything. I just do them for fun. They're Gel X. But look, this one has a little heart on it. I always do something on this nail for Tyler. Yeah, I feel like they really complement my hands. And I usually do short nails. But this week, for some reason, I was just feeling long nails. So this week I was just feeling not any sit down videos. Like I was gonna do a vlog today, but there wasn't anything to vlog. I cleaned my apartment, we cooked food, and then I started posting some things on Facebook Marketplace to sell them, and I just like cleaned up. Like we cleaned the bathroom and stuff. So I was like, there's really nothing for, oh, I'm gonna line my lips with this. This is the Maybelline Color Sensational Shaping Lip Liner in 110 Purely Nude. I noticed that this matches my lip color like really closely. See, like if I hold it up, you can even notice. Yeah, so I just use this to line my lips when I'm on camera. I'm gonna tell you guys how I met Tyler. So I like never really liked boys growing up, if that makes sense. Like I liked the same guy all the way from 3rd grade all the way to 8th grade, and then I also liked another guy in 5th to 6th to 8th grade, I think. No, yeah, 5th to 8th grade. So if I like someone, like I'm in it for the long haul. I'm just that kind of girl. I grew up with all the same people throughout those years, so I never really had anyone else in my school. And my type was always guys with like super flippy hair. That was like, right? And I loved it. Like I loved skater emo boys. That was my favorite thing. I still listen to the same emo bands. I really like rock bands and rock music. I love long hair. As you can tell, I have super long hair. So I basically got out of middle school and I decided that I was going to, oh, these are little stars hair clips, and I love Sanrio, so these are so cute. But I decided that I was going to go to a STEM school in high school, which was science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I've always loved STEM. As I told you, I'm getting my master's, and I just enjoy hearing about computers and technology. So I was like, this is perfect for me. Like this embodies my intelligence and embodies my strengths in school, in a school. So I went to STEM, and that's where I met Tyler. I remember the first day that I saw him was in gym class, and I think our first day was on a Wednesday, and I think gym class was, it was like a block schedule, so I think gym class was the second to last class of the day, or something like that. Yeah, it was like the second to last class of the day, and I was obsessed. Like the second I saw Tyler, I was like, give me that. I need that. That is my man. We will be together to the day that we die. And you think I'm kidding, but I'm very serious. So my friend Sadie and me, we would do this like thing where we did like jokes like in class to each other. And I remember her joke was like, call dibs on whatever guy in this class that you think is cute. Like call dibs on him right now. Say you won't. And we would just like crack jokes all class. And I was like, that Tyler, I'm gonna marry him. He is my boyfriend. And she was like, ew. Like she did not find him cute. She was like, you can have him. Because Sadie was a lot more mature than me. Like when it came to dating, she had a boyfriend before, and you know, she was just very in tune with what she liked, and also very fun. Like she was just the fun friend, and I was more of like the nerdy, like annoying friend. Like I didn't understand dating and all of that. So she was very mature, and she was like, you should like talk to him. And I was like, yeah. And his best friend was one of my friends from middle school, and I was friends with him for a little bit in middle school. And I was like, okay, it's gonna be easy for me to talk to him because he is friends with one of my old friends. So I started talking to him, and then Sadie had this friend named Devin who was in my English class. So Sadie was my friend, Devin's her friend. I start talking to Devin and I'm like, can I tell you who I have a crush on? And he's like, sure. And we used to like sit together, me and Devin, and I'm like, I have a crush on Tyler. And he's like, Tyler? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, let's go and I'll tell him. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you tell him. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. Like, I want him to know that I like him. I'm very upfront when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I like you. Who cares? And so he's like, I'm gonna tell him. Are you sure? Like, I think he was trying to do it as a joke. Like, I'm gonna tell him. And I was like, supposed to be like, no. But I was like, yeah, let him know right now. Right now that I like him. So he lets him know. And I'm on the bus home and I'm telling all my friends about him from middle school. Like, my friends from middle school, I'm telling them all, I'm like, he's so handsome. He has very, very nice flippy hair. He's very intelligent. He always, when he gets called on, he knows the answer, which is like attractive to me because I like smart guys. So I'm like, he gets called on and he knows the answer. So everyone's like making fun of me, being like, ooh, you like nerds. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. So we're on the bus going home. I said I called dibs on him. He's mine forever. We started stalking him on Facebook and Instagram. I couldn't have a Facebook. My mother was a good mother and didn't let me on Facebook till I was older. And, you know, she was very like, be your age. Don't try to act older than you are because it's how you get into bad situations. So I'm like, I don't have Facebook, but I have Instagram. And so I followed him on Instagram and I noticed that he had a photo of his abs. And he was on the wrestling team. So I was like, you know where I'm going? To a wrestling game. No. But I seriously was like, how can I find out more about these wrestling matches? And everyone's like, you should go to one there after school. There wasn't any matches yet because he wasn't like wrestling right then and there. Because apparently the season, I think, is in like the middle of the year. So I was like, what else does he do outside of school? Like, what does he do? And they were trying to find out. So I Instagram DM him and I tell him like, hey, and he's like, hey. And then I'm like Instagram DMing him saying that he's handsome or whatever. And he's like, oh, thank you. And I start commenting under his photos and I basically slid in the DMs, like telling him that he's cute or whatever. And he's like, oh my God, are you going to the mall? And I'm like, he's a mall kid. So I asked my mom, despite all of my fear of her saying no, and she's all like she had to think about it for a few days. And so she realizes that all the people going to the mall from my school are 14 and they're fine. They're not like dying. So she's like, you can go to the mall, but I'm only gonna let you go for like 30 minutes or 45 minutes because I want you to be safe. And I want you to just walk with your friends, have your little conversations, and then come back home. And I know you're safe. So I'm like, all right. I used to beg her for more time, but I'm like, all right, I get to see him for 45 minutes. So I go and I like tell my mom I'm gonna go see my friend. I ended up just pulling up to the mall and I saw him, and there was like this little friend group of him and his friends. It was like him, this kid named Keegan, this kid named Jerry, this kid named Michael, and this other kid, I don't remember his name, like Dylan or Jared or something. I don't even remember. But we like pulled up and I was with my friend Skylar. I was with her. It's not like I wasn't, but I see Tyler there and he's like standing near the front of the mall and I'm all like, hi. And I pulled up and we had already been DMing or whatever, so it was like super easy for me to talk to him because I talked to him. But he was really awkward. I remember he was all like unable to say anything. And I was like, oh my God, does he not like me? But he's just nervous. Like, he's just nervous. I'm the one who's all like, hey, like, da, 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 da. And I remember that we had walked up to a bunch of girls. And I'm like, hi. And he's like, this is my girl. Like, he told all of his friends that I'm his girl. And I was like, ah. So then we get to the Kmart. And I'm like, telling his friend Keegan, I'm like, your friend Tyler is so cute. And he's like, you should kiss him. And I'm like, what? Kissing? And he's like, yeah, you should kiss him. And I'm like, kissing is how you get pregnant. And he's like, are you dumb? Are you dumb? Like, I remember Keegan's face. He's like, are you stupid? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, kissing is not how you get pregnant. You get pregnant from something else. And I was like, okay, that's not what my mom said. Like, I'm arguing with this Keegan kid, and he's like, just give him a kiss. You will not have a baby. I promise you that. And I'm like, okay. So we go to Kmart or whatever, and we're at Kmart, and like, it was like a big Little Caesars in the Kmart. So I pull up to Little Caesars with him, and we're holding hands. So we're like walking, and I look at him and I go, like, we're like hugging or whatever, like this, right? And I pull away and I look at him like, oh, this is so weird to reenact. But I'm like a little Cass, and I'm like, and he's like an inch taller than me. Like, I'm 4, he's 5'4", he's like 5'5", and he's looking at me, and I'm like, I want to kiss you, and he's like, do it, and I'm like, so I gave him a kiss or whatever, and then I had to go home because my mom called me and was like, where are you? Come to the front of Kmart, get your butt outside. And I was like, okay, love you. Bye. And I just like left. I ended up going to the mall again, and then she found out that I was hanging out with Tyler, because it's not that hard to like find out, because I like was talking to him on Instagram, talking to him on everything. She'd see his name on my phone. So then I ended up I was pooping. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, this is such a terrible story, but I was on the toilet and Tyler calls me, and I'm like, hello, and he's like, will you be my girlfriend? And I'm like, of course, yeah. And then I hung up, and I was pooping, and I went like this. And then I got upstairs, and I was like, now I'm your girlfriend. And it was 11/7/2014, so November 7th. Yeah, we started school in August, so it was like a 2-month talking period, and then we started dating. And one of the hardships we went through in our relationship was that we weren't friends before we started dating. Like, we talked like we were friends, but we didn't have like a long friendship into dating. So we started to find stuff about each other out throughout dating, which was kind of hard, but it ended up working out. We have the same personality, the same likes and stuff, and it's just been easier that we are alike. So I think that kind of helped our relationship, and it helped us heal a lot of things that we've had, any issues we've had. But yeah, I worked throughout high school at McDonald's, and then when college hit, I started to work at Walmart, and I worked at Walmart for 2 years, and I did work study at college too. And I ended up not going to my college that I wanted to. I wanted to go to King's College in Pennsylvania, but I ended up going to Penn State, and it was a branch campus where I lived. So I went to a Penn State branch campus, and I loved it. I was in every club. I feel like I healed from my high school, like my very high school catty, like upset, sad self healed in college, because I made so many friends. I was like the president of like 3 clubs. The only club I didn't do that was like one of the good ones was student government, but I was like a Lion ambassador, Blue and White Society president, Spanish club president. I was just in a lot of clubs, and I loved it. Lion ambassadors, I gave tours around the campus. I showed people the campus. I knew the campus in and out and around, inside and back. I started to reconnect with like my Spanish culture, because in high school I wasn't very proud of who I was, because I thought that I wouldn't like, because since my type is like since my type is like emo guys, I thought that they wouldn't like me if I was very connected to my Spanish culture. So I really threw that away. But Tyler actually really likes that I'm Hispanic. Like, he likes my culture, if that makes sense. He likes the food. He likes to know about our traditions. He likes to know about the weather. He likes to see what the island looks like. Like, he thinks all of that is really interesting, and he watches a lot of things of people going to like, you know, different Hispanic countries, and he's always been into it. So it was really easy for me to reconnect with my culture, because I started to learn Spanish. My mom started teaching me how to cook the food that she makes. My mom and me grew closer in college. Me and my mom started hanging out. I was no longer as rude to her as I was in high school. I just became a better person in college. And as I left for senior year to college, I knew college was gonna be like whatever I made it. So I made it like my favorite thing, and I won like a bunch of awards. Like, I just loved college. I feel like I peaked in college, and I'm not afraid to say that because I was so proud of myself. Let me show you one of the things that I got. I got this from my college, and this was like the highest award you can win as a student, because I exhibited character, leadership, scholarship, and citizenship on my campus, and I was a leadership figure. So I got this bronze lion, and this is the Nittany lion. So this was very important to me. Like, when I received this, I got off the stage and I cried. I worked my butt off in college, and I could say that with my full chest because I was very much into school. So then I graduated college, we moved to Texas. It was really hard for me and my parents because we've never been separated. So it was very difficult, but we're making it work. Me and my mom have like calls every couple days, and we catch up, and my dad too, and we talk and we have fun. And my parents really like Tyler, and they really trust him, especially after all these years being together. I would love to have another one of these girl talks like another time, because I think it'd be so much fun. This was definitely something I needed to tell someone and get off my chest, and it's been really fun. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys, and let me know if you want to see more of these sit down kind of chit chat videos. Thank you guys. Bye.